What's up, boys? Today's special day for me. It's going to be my first interview with a super talented and famous guy in the WRC. His name is Kris Meeke. Teaming up with the White Book when mountain biking is meeting rally racing. Alright, we're here with Kris Meeke. Are you ready or what?
Almost ready. Born ready.
But the thing is, when we was basically talking with Alba, alright, it's a lot of sport than, like for myself or for other people, we always have our bikes, actually the bikes we're racing with. You don't.
No.
Then how much time do you actually spend in your car to be able to go to the first rally like next week, Monaco, right? Monte Carlo.
Yeah, it's always the big thing in rally. It's very expensive to do.
Yeah.
We cannot wake up on a Monday morning and go to practice in our rally car.
Yeah.
We can train in the gym, we can cycle our bike, we can keep fit, but to practice our job, it's difficult. And this is why the youngest ever World Rally Champion is still Colin McRae, who was 27 years old.
I still have the game.
Yeah, we all grew up with the game, so it takes so many years to build the experience, to get the knowledge, to learn the skills. Normally, you don't become a fight at the top level until you're 30.
Yeah.
Whereas in Formula 1, you can, or MotoGP, you can arrive at 21, 22 years old. If you have the good skill, you're immediately at the top. So the secret is to try to get into the factory team as soon as possible, because that's the best opportunity to test.
It's probably cheaper as well because you don't have to pay so much anymore.
Well, nowadays it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Through the 2004 to 2009, we had the big recession.
Yeah.
Car manufacturers pulled out, and then you had guys starting to pay for seats, and the economies of everything become difficult. But I have a little buggy here in Andorra.
Yeah, I see you. Right? That's why I wanted to come with that question. It looked like you're having a lot of wheels time.
Yeah.
It's probably not the same, but at the end of the day, okay, it's not the speed, it's not the setting, you don't have the team, you don't have the mechanics to deal with it. I mean, you have to do everything on your own, but it's probably good for something.
Yeah, no, it's training your skills, and when you go and you're looking to read the grip of the road, and you're moving the vehicle a little bit, and you're feeling, they're all the little things you need to drive. And I even say, in the summertime when I take my downhill mountain bike very slowly compared to you guys, when I take it on the downhill, I'm looking at the road, I'm looking for stones, I'm balancing, and even as a mountain bike, it's better. Yeah, you feel the force and the grip, and for me that's better training than on the treadmill on the gym. So for me, the outdoor life, whether it be a motorbike, a trial bike, a mountain bike, a buggy, this is the type of thing that keeps your mind active. And for me, to be able to do that here's something pretty special for me. Yeah, no.
So we see you on the social media. You're pretty active, and it's pretty sick. Look like you're touching a little bit of everything. All right, the question are, if I find them, they're here somewhere. There we go. Really typical. Why did you decide to come to live here in Andorra? When you're like, all right, let's go there, it's going to be sick, we're going to be able to do tons of stuff. And
give you the honest answer. When you get to a certain level and you start to earn money, a lot of countries don't provide a platform where you can earn your money in a short period of time.
And it's short, like in a high level.
In a high level, it's a short time, and you always are on the risk of injury. You're always on the risk, so you never know. Your career could be stopped overnight. I now have a family, young children, and you're thinking to provide a future for them. And at one moment, you have to say, I need to protect my future. And okay, we all come here for a reason, but since I've moved to Andorra, honestly, I can say, if it cost me more money to live here, I would, because the lifestyle is something pretty special. The number one, the climate. You have the proper seasons, the winter time, the summertime. I'm originally from the north of Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
It's very green, which means it rains a lot,
Yeah,
even in the summertime.
it's
So
beautiful, but it
it's
rains.
beautiful, but it rains a lot. So for me, the climate here is something pretty special. I always done some snow sports. I done some snowboard before,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of ski, but to have it here on your doorstep is something special. And you know, I live in La Massana. You have a gondola going up above you for the mountain bike, for the snowboard. It's a paradise. Really.
Yeah, no, it's different. Like you say, you know, like obviously the money thing is one thing, but if you can have a good lifestyle of training and you know, and being a quiet place and safe, especially you have children and family, is definitely
there was a reason to instigate the move, like everybody. But
well, you could have gone to Monaco, or you could have done to other places.
Monaco is for some people.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
We had other. There's other options, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
for me, I think I found my paradise in Andorra,
That's
and
it.
especially for my children, and
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Wow, that's good. Okay, question number 2. What is most you like of Andorra? I guess you say so about the beautiful lifestyle and
The climate.
The climate. What you find? Maybe one thing where is missing in Andorra you're not finding, like you had before, maybe inconvenient to go to the airport because I mean it's Barcelona or Toulouse, or
I think, okay, where I lived before with my wife in Ireland, I was 3 hours from Dublin Airport.
Okay.
So I had a lot of travel all the time to the airport.
Yeah.
So for me, it's normal. But for a lot of people, to all the time Barcelona, and sometimes it's difficult to predict at the Duana.
Yeah.
If it's a holiday season for Spanish people.
Yeah.
Or you go to Toulouse, you go past La Casa, if the weather comes in,
Yeah.
you're caught in the snow and
they don't clean the road or something.
yeah, and you have to be careful for getting your plane on. In our job, we cannot miss the plane.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But you hear all the talk about the airport maybe opening for commercial flights, and I think it's been going for many years.
Yeah, since I'm here, I'm always like yes, please, like in Lascaux or something. But
that would be something nice. But to be honest, like I say, I come from being used to travel to the airport, and for me, it's not a.
It's not a big problem.
It's not a big drama.
Okay. Okay, we was talking about this before. Andorra, is it a good place for you for training in your discipline? Like, you was talking about, probably the buggy is definitely the closest as you can be really on the training.
Yeah.
Because
we know a lot of people expect, guys who do skimo or Ironman or triathlon, they have to be physically fit. And when they look at motorsports, normal people think you don't need to be fit. You're sitting in a car all day.
Yeah.
For sure, MotoGP is very physical. The guys have to train a lot. Our sport is a little bit different in the respect it's over 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be on the complete limit for 15 to 20 minutes, 8 times per day, for 3 days. And to be able to switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off, and deal with all the problems you come in a rally or you can face, and the weather, and it's a huge mental challenge. And for me, the physical fitness, you do not have to be physically fit to drive fast for a short period of time, but to deal with a full week of a rally, to concentrate on your recce, to do, like I say, your 3 days of a rally, switch on, switch off, you have to be fit. You have to be fit in the body to allow your mind to be completely focused. Because the moment you get tired, your brain starts to think of the tiredness, and you lose the focus. So for me here, it's a paradise for training. Number one, you're at altitude.
Yeah, that's definitely one good thing.
My home is at 1,300 meters.
Like here.
And I can go some skimo immediately up the back of my home. I'm to 2,500 meters. Training.
Yeah, then it helps. Yeah.
I feel the benefit.
Yeah.
We have some rallies in the World Championship, like Rally Mexico, that goes to 3,300 meters.
Wow.
And you feel it.
Yeah.
The big city where the rally's based is Lyon.
Mm-hmm.
The big city is at 2,000 meters, and the rally goes above. So for that type of scenario, for me, it's a big advantage to be here.
Yeah.
And again, like I speak again, the climate.
Yeah.
Back in Ireland, you plan to go for a bicycle ride one day.
Yeah.
You plan to come for a bicycle ride, and the weather closes in, and it's
and the days on.
But here in Andorra, you can plan, you can do your training, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, for
perfect.
me, it's
En mentalment, ¿cómo se prepara?
Yeah, the question is, how do you prepare your mental, like you said, 3 to 5 minutes, you have to be super concentrated. We see on all those videos on YouTube and stuff, like we have the cam inside. We know how slow look at the video because they always make things slow, but in rally, you're like, when you start to look at the trees and everything, and the cars is sideways, you don't know how far the car is going. I mean, you know, but for people who look like, is it going to stop sliding now? Is it going to go straight for once? And like those jumps now, they're huge too, like massive jumps. How do you train in the winter to be mentally, prepared and focused for 3 to 5 minutes? Like,
I think rally driving, where it's different than other circuit racing sports like MotoGP or an F1 or touring car. For those guys, it's quite robotic. You need the good skill level to control the bike, but you have to be able to do it lap after lap after lap. For us, you have to have a completely open mind. Yes, you need the skills to drive, but the car in front of you, which runs 2 minutes in front, there's 2 minute intervals or level. He can pull a stone out in the road by cutting a corner, and we arrive and there's a big stone in the road and you have to react. So the best way is to arrive with a free mind, and not
to react,
not try to anticipate. For me, my personal opinion is people think they can train their reactions, but actually your reactions come from a clear mind. So it's not necessarily about training your reactions and doing.
I was thinking, you guys was training different thing like they do somewhere there, like with different screen. And
for me, if you go to these machines to train this, if you're not open, you will be slow. And if in one day you're open, you're fast. So for me, personally, for me over the years, I've learned just to try to not arrive with any anticipation, a clear mind. And if you're clear in the mind and clear in the body, your reactions are as fast as they can be. And that's my philosophy. So
look like a good one so far. What is a typical day Kris Meeke here in Andorra? Typical day, like you wake up, you get those cereals with that juice, and at 8:15 you're going to go to the toilet and no. What is your typical day here in Andorra? You have to pick up the kid at school.
I'm sure there's a lot of people think it's an extra special life, and all day it's being rad out on a mountain bike or on my buggy and then lie with the feet up in the jacuzzi. But I think in reality, any parents will know. I have 2 girls, 3 years old and 2 years old. So firstly, your morning can start earlier than you expect.
On the day off, sometimes.
On the day off, and but now they start the little school. My 3-year-old has more languages than me. It's crazy. So that's another big plus. Because living on an island of Ireland where they only speak English, you're not exposed to other languages, and it makes it very difficult to learn. So when I see my children now learning a language, it's special. But get up in the morning, 7:45, 8 o'clock. Get the kids up, get them dressed, get their breakfast, go to do the school run. And normally I go directly from the school to the Andros Park gym. I really enjoy swimming. Just to clear my mind, I do a lot of swimming. Sometimes I do some training there, but then after that, 11 o'clock to lunchtime, I'm in the mountain. Summertime, it's bicycle, or even the road bicycle. I really enjoy my road bicycle. And the winter time, it's skimo or some snowboarding. If the conditions are really good, because you're lucky enough to live here, you can pick and choose the perfect conditions. You can. After that, I come home. I have lunch with my wife. We maybe go in my little buggy. We go to some refuge somewhere in the mountains with the buggy. We have some lunch, and by 3 p.m. we collect the kids. And then the craziness starts at home. Kids, so
Another training starts.
So I enjoy being physically fit.
Yeah.
And that takes up probably my morning time, and by the time we have some food, we collect the kids, then it's keeping them entertained. But I bought a really nice trampoline for the kids for Christmas, so now when the weather's good, they just go outside and bounce and we can relax.
Well, it looks like a pretty full day between the kids, your training and stuff, but the good thing is in Andorra everything is easy access and it's pretty close to everything, then it's it makes it sometimes easier. How did it all happen to start in a world rally? Like since you're a kid you have this in your mind, or it happened because you figure out and you was just good at it, or someone point you and be like, hey, we need this guy?
I think like many sports people, there's a bit of a family history in the sport. And my father was he built rally cars. He was an engineer, and he constructed rally cars. He actually had an affiliation with Spain. The Opel factory team in Spain during the 1980s and 1990s. My father built the rally cars and ran the team for drivers like Louis Clement, Mia Bardelet. And actually, I was in the Prat Grand. And the new owner is a guy, Oriol Gomez, who used to be a factory Renault rally driver in Spain, and he knew my father. And I was sitting 2 days ago. Hey, Meek, see, your papa Sydney? Yes, Sydney Meek. Right. And when I heard the name, because I was a kid, 10 years old, going to some rallies with my father in Spain. And I remember Oriol Gomez. Now he's the owner of the Prat Grand where I have my lunch.
No way.
It's a small world, but no, my father built rally cars for 30 years of his career. So I grew up around his workshops with the welding and creating rally cars and going to rallies. So it was in the blood.
Yeah.
But I honestly, at the beginning, I followed my father's footsteps to be an engineer. Okay. When we were young, we always had little motorbikes. We started off sliding around the field, and I think for when I was 6 years old, Papa Noel, Santa Claus, he bring me a Ford Escort MK2 for the field, and we were so this is obviously where we learn the
drift
skills. And but I never thought I would have the opportunity to compete in rally. Because of my father's business, I went to school. I decided to go to university. My father always taught me that the economics of rally, if you have a recession, the job is finished. Because my father had some tough moments where there's a recession, people cannot afford to do the rally, and leaves him in a difficult position. So he forced me to do my education. I went to university. I qualified as a mechanical engineer. I was 21 years old, never compete before, never drive. And I go to work for the Ford World Rally Team as a design engineer. So I was in the office as a designer, designing parts, and for Colin McRae, who was driving for Ford at this time. So
I love this time.
But then I enter a competition in a magazine. Peugeot in the UK, they have a small competition. And it was for anybody that had never had a competition license before. So you had to have zero experience.
Nothing.
So I entered the competition. There was 300 people enter, and I eventually win the competition. And the prize for this was to do a small rally in Wales. I do the rally, all the prize of Peugeot, and I win my class by some minutes. But I remember that day clearly. I was in a rally car with a helmet on at the start line of my first ever stage, and I was going, this cannot be legal. That you're allowed, someone is putting the flag down and you can go as fast as you want.
No less than flat out.
So for me, I was hooked. That was it. And so I win that, and off the back of that, I tried to generate some sponsorship. I entered a little Peugeot championship in the UK in 2001. And during that time, I was working at M Sport, and Colin McRae was a driver. And I went to a test one time as an engineer. I got talking to Colin McRae, and he asked me, "You're doing some rally?" I said, "Yeah, the little championship." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Come to a test." He wants to support a young driver, so. I went to a test, and there was 3 other young drivers there, and I was looking, when I was 13 years of age, I saved up during the summer to travel to watch Colin McRae drive a rally car. He was my idol when I was growing up. You know, he was my Messi, my Ronaldo. When I was growing up, Colin McRae was. And then at one time, I was sitting in a rally car with Colin McRae in the co-pilot seat, and I was, wow, this is surreal. So, and he said, "Go, let me see what you can do." And I go on the test. 2 days later, he called me and he said he want to help support my career.
Wow.
And we do a contract. He become my mentor. And with his influence at that time, he was the very top of the sport. He was able to get some manufacturer support. We start by doing the British Rally Championship, then into the Junior World Rally Championship. But after some time, the driving become full time. I was still trying to do the engineer job at M Sport,
doing both.
But I wasn't so clever, so I wanted to do more of the driving. And at one moment, I had to give up the engineering. And at that time, I went to live at the home of Colin McRae. So I lived in Scotland with Colin and the family for nearly 3 years, in my mid-20s, and I come up through the Junior World Championship. But like I mentioned before, that's the time when the recession
was there.
All the car manufacturers pull out of the World Rally Championship. There's only 2 remain, only Ford and Cedric. 2 seats per car, so there's only 4 drivers in the World Championship. Everything else you had to pay the millions to drive.
Exactly.
So at that time, Colin was at the end of his career. He stopped, and for me it was impossible. And Colin always taught me, he said, never ever pay to do your job. Your job, you risk your life to market a product for someone else. They have to pay you. If it's not, you walk away. You have to keep your
standard high, and
So at that moment, I walked away from the sport, and I shook hands with Colin. I thanked him for his support, and for 1.5 years, 2 years, I did not compete. I more or less retired. I was starting to come to reality that maybe I have to go to the real world. And during that time, unfortunately, the bad accident of Colin and the helicopter, and that was a big thing for me, because I grew up with his kids. One of his kids was taken in the accident, and it was a horrible time for me. But after that, in 2009, I got an opportunity with Peugeot in the European Championship, with driving with teammates with Nicolas Bouillot, Peugeot, and Freddie Loix of Belgium. And I win the championship, my first attempt in 2009, and everyone, whoa, we thought you were retired, and bang.
What Nico said, like, this is not possible. C'est pas possible.
And then I get, from doing that 1 year, I get an opportunity in 2011 with Mini in the World Championship. I got a 3-year contract for the World Championship, and I thought, wow, it's
going there.
After 6 months, BMW Mini, they decide, no, we don't do rally. They stop. Again, I was left with nothing, and I was 30 years old, 32 years old, and normally that's it, it's over. And for 2 years, I did not drive one rally.
Wow, not easy,
But I always keep my relation from the past, and out of nowhere, I got a phone call from Cedric to say they were running an extra car in one rally. Would you be happy to do? And of course, it was Finland, the Thousand Lakes Rally, the most famous of them all, the fastest. I said, hey, I'm all in. And again, I rolled the dice. Some people would go slowly to try to get a nice top 10, but I said, no, I roll the dice, I go. And I had 2 or 3 fastest times. I was running 4th overall, fighting with Sebastian Ogier at that time, and Cedric, whoa. And I had a big accident during a rally, but everyone went, wow. And I got the contract for the following year with Cedric, 2014, and now we've been building to try to fight for a world championship. So it's a long story.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
I get many young kids come to me and ask me, how do you become a rally driver? What's the process? I said,
it's not an easy road.
I said, there's no process.
No.
There's no A, B, C.
Nope.
If you have it in your gut and you fight like
it's all about what you love and what you trust, and sometimes a little bit of luck as well.
Yeah.
But if you prove you're the best, or you could be the best. It's people see.
Yeah.
People
So, like I say, my career's been very much this. But finally, I'm now the oldest driver in the World Rally Championship.
That's awesome.
But with the least amount of experience. There's guys who I'm competing against who's 29, 30 years old, but they've done 50 more World Rallies than me. So I still feel very young.
Really fresh.
I still feel like a young driver in the World Championship because I'm still learning, and it's great. So I think I hope I have some good years ahead of me, but we'll see.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome story though.
Long story, but
no, it's good. And your best professional moment and your worst. Like one moment you remember like for life, like maybe your first victory or your first like, I don't know, that close to be like, oh, we almost crashed on that one.
I smile with in Mexico.
Yes.
In the parking.
In the parking. Okay, your first victory at World Championship level is always very, very special.
Top of the box for sure.
That was Argentina 2015, and but the Volkswagens who were dominant at that time, they all retired from the rally. Even though I led it from the very first stage, during the rally they retire, and I was protecting my lead. And at that time, when you're near to your first victory, you tighten up at the wheel, and it wasn't so enjoyable to drive.
Yeah.
The relief at the end and the emotion was incredible. So it's up there with one of my top moments. But for me, I win the Rally Finland 2016, which is for me the Queen Rally of the World Rally Championship. That's the 1,000 Lakes. There's only, since the history of Rally Finland, there's only 4 people who are non-Scandinavian. I'm lucky enough to have been one of these people. So winning Rally Finland for me will always be.
You'll be in this list forever. And the worst?
The worst. When I get my opportunity with Finland for the one rally and I crash. At the roadside at that time, I destroyed the car. I rolled 8 or 9 times. I destroyed the car. I got out. I said, that's it. I have completely messed up. That's it, over. I sit at the roadside, wait for the team to come. You can sit there for 4 hours because you're in the middle of the forest, in the middle of nowhere. You get to think. But I've always flipped the coin and see where we go. It's.
I like that.
I like that. My father always taught me, every day you wake up, the sun will still come up, whether you have a job or not, or you have some difficult moments. Time just keeps going. So.
That's awesome. Good philosophy.
There's difficult moments, but hey, what's difficult? You're fighting for a career. If it doesn't work out, you go and get into the real world and have a normal job. So it's not a difficult moment.
Yeah. No. Okay. Plans for 2018, professionally and in your life.
Professionally, I hope now we're at the level we can really mount a challenge to try to be World Rally Champion. There's not one guy racing at the top level who has a desire, who doesn't have the desire to be World Champion. We're all there for a reason, and I'm no different. So we had some troubles during 2017. There was new regulations and new cars brought into the World Championship. All the teams designed these new cars, and now they're really fast. We had a big increase in horsepower, big increase in aerodynamics, and the speeds we do now is incredible. But there's certain aspects with the car we didn't perfect, and on certain rallies we found it very difficult. Like, I was able to win Finland 2 years ago, and last year in Finland I was struggled to be in the top 10. So we had some things to work on the car, but I believe them changes are coming, and I think for 2018 we can be in a better way. But in rally,
like you say,
you can test it. You can test a car, and it's only when you come up against the opposition. And it's not like Formula One. You go to a test session, everybody's there, and you have a good idea before the season starts.
You see the timing and everything.
In rally,
there.
No. You have to wait to the stage to see. So
to the first rally next week, I guess.
I believe we're in better shape. I hope I can mount a challenge for the championship. So let's see what happens. But
finger crossed for sure.
Privately, yeah, continue to enjoy my life, see my kids grow. It's a beautiful thing when you. It's very difficult to have a family, wife and kids when you travel 180 days a year. It's
tough.
it makes it tough. But the special thing when you come home, no matter if you destroy your car, no matter if you win, your children will always be happy to see you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. So to continue to try to enjoy the family life is the most important thing.
Well, that's a really good answer for sure. In the future, when your career will be done or whatever, do you see yourself living in Andorra, or do you probably go back where you're from, or you think like, here we go, I think I find my paradise and I think I will live there?
I'm at this very moment, I think I found my paradise for sure. I would love to be able to make Andorra my home.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. Where you're born will always be your spiritual home.
Yeah,
Ireland
sure.
will always be close to me,
Yeah.
but for me, this is a complete paradise. You never know what will happen in the future.
Yeah, for sure. But that's your idea.
I see the opportunity for my kids not only to learn 4 languages, but the amount of things they can do here, which would not be possible in Ireland. My plan is at the moment to try to sustain a life in Andorra. That's what I want.
And what would be the future for you when you're not racing? Project or whatever?
If I stop the rally at some point, like every rally driver, they probably have an ambition for the Dakar. I've done some. I always enjoy an enduro bike.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the motocross, because I didn't start riding a motorbike till I was 25, 26. So, and at that time I was doing some rallies, and I never wanted to risk a motocross to risk an injury. So, but I enjoy the enduro, the adventure.
Yeah.
One of the years I was not rallying, I competed in the Baja Mil.
Baja Mil.
I do solo on a moto, 42 hours non-stop on the Baja Peninsula. So I love it. At the moment it was hard to do, but I love that adventure, and for me the Dakar is something I would love to.
Yeah, we look like this year was pretty tough.
This year looked incredibly tough Dakar. I'm good friends with Cyril, and it looks an especially tough Dakar, but this adventure and something to explore sits perfectly with me. But again, you need maybe the right manufacturer to be there at the right time, and to do it the correct way would be nice, because to go every year to try to raise the budget to do privately can be difficult. So let's see it'll happen. That's an ambition for the future.
Okay, well, we're done with all the questions here. We're going to have some fast answers. No fast answer, but just one word, I guess. If you wasn't a pilot, you would be. Okay, give me one place.
It's very close to join the military for a fighter pilot.
Oh.
This close. I whether went engineering or to join the RAF to become so maybe that would.
Yeah. Okay. One food you love the most.
Sushi.
One favorite movie.
Steve McQueen, Bullet. Just the car going through San Francisco, and the film. What I like about it, there's not so many words. It's you understand from the atmosphere of the film. It doesn't take a lot of.
Nice. One song.
Oasis, Wonderwall.
Okay. One obsession.
To be fast.
Nothing less than flat out. Okay. One value.
Honesty. And sometimes it bites me, sometimes it's my enemy. But I always feel if you're honest, there's no comeback.
That's good.
Sometimes the truth is not so nice for people
to hear, but
it
is what it is.
It's the best.
I say the truth, and then more times than enough it helps you.
Yeah. One motivation.
Career-wise, it's World Rally Champion, but like I said, I'll still be able to live my life without a World Championship.
Yeah.
But.
That would be the.
Honestly,
the cherry.
I see my kids. to have a healthy family, you're blessed.
Yeah.
You thank every time you have your kids and they are,
Mm.
you know, you see many people that
Mm-hmm.
have difficulties in family life, and
Yeah.
for me, I'm very, very lucky in that way. So
Yeah.
the family life healthy is the number one.
Okay. And a moment to remember, like if you have something like when you close your eyes and it always come to your head because it was a happiness or something.
The most emotional moment in my rally career was crossing the finish line on my first victory in Argentina.
Yeah.
I'm not normal one to show my emotion, but at the end I was in tears.
Yeah.
And a guy asked me, "Who do you have to thank to be here?" And immediately your mind go at 1 million miles an hour. You think of all the people, and for sure Colin McRae.
Yeah.
Immediately,
Yeah.
I was destroyed. So
Yeah.
that pure emotion is one that always sticks with you.
Unbelievable. And well, I guess you already said the one idol.
Yeah, for sure. Colin McRae was a big idol for sure. But when you come to Andorra, you have many idols now. Mountain bike, Cyril Dupre on the Dakar.
We have tons of fun people, that's for sure. That's a good thing about Andorra. It's really
But
cool.
I think sports people who have grafted and worked their way up, and we're all the same type of people in a way. It's okay. There's certain people that are a bit different, but for me, there's so many people here now that you easily relate to a lifestyle, and the lifestyle is quite different from a normal one because when you're at home, you have your own time.
Mm.
There's no big routine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's difficult to tell people because some people they're used to have their holidays and it's so good to have their holidays, and then they go back to work.
Yeah.
To actually manage your free time healthily and properly it's a challenge.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you can easily go off the rails.
Oh, so easy. I saw so many.
There's so many traps to fall into when you have so much when you
so
have free
many.
time.
Yeah.
So many, because you have your time, you have to manage it, and you have to, you have this computer, you have to answer all those emails from your sponsors, and they want you there, they want you there, and you want to do this, that's when you want to go training, and all of a sudden you have your friends like, hey, let's go party, and you're like, oh, why not? And you go party, it's like, oh, maybe 1 or 2 drinks, and 2 hours later you're like, woo! And you have to wake up next day, doesn't matter. You've been strong enough to party, but tomorrow it's training 9 o'clock. And you're like, okay.
So you still have to manage your time.
Exactly,
properly.
yeah. That's probably the hardest thing into some of the people when they're done racing as well, where they have the problem of like realizing that now they're not the cool guy that was before when all the journalists call you for interviews. Oh, you're so cool, you're so good, you're amazing. And all of a sudden you don't have those phone calls and those journalists looking at you because they're looking at someone else.
My only advantage is I had it throughout my career. For 2 years I didn't do anything, nobody called me. So I'm used to it, but
no, but it is tough things to go through sometimes, and some people can deal with it and some people cannot. And well, thanks very much.
Thanks.
no problem.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Kick some ass.
We try.
It's going next week to kick some ass.
We try. Monte Carlo is.
Alright boys, I hope you enjoyed the super sick interview with Kris Meeke, who is going to the first rally of Monte Carlo this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit different than mountain biking, but that guy, it's so sick. Then let's cross the finger for him and make sure he can kill it. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, and see you later boys. Have a good one.